some tragic news.
I know a lot of you were probably expecting to see Joe, but you know, his father passed away this afternoon, and he didn't know anything about it. And you know, he made one shot today, going down the lane. The shot clock was running down, and he threw it real high in the air, and it went in. And we kind of looked at each other and smiled. And I said to myself, your dad threw that one in. So if you guys can say a prayer for him, or whatever faith or religion you are, just wish him good luck, because it's going to be a hard struggle.
I don't think you define yourself as a true professional only by your winning. I think you define yourself as a true professional by how you handle adversity. But if you're truly going to be someone who calls himself a champion, you have to persevere through those times, and that's what I did.
Detroit Pistons are once again the world champions of basketball.
The glory days soon began to fade as a new generation of Pistons arrived. And now Joe would emerge as an elder statesman, becoming a mentor for Grant Hill.
I talked to Grant a lot about different things that you need to win. I said, I've been that guy who had to go out and get 25, 30. You're that guy now.
You did great, Grant. I love your game, Grant. You're wonderful.
He showed me the ropes on and off the court. He showed me really how to do things the right way.
But while his roles may have changed, Dumars remained the same. A player of quiet brilliance who earned admiration, even if he didn't earn many headlines.
Joe will never get the credit that other players will get because he never sought it. He never needed anybody to tell him how good he was, because inside, Joe knew how good he was.
In this day and age, it's pretty rare for a player to spend his entire career with the same team. But Joe Dumars spent all 14 seasons with Detroit. He said he had offers to sign with other teams, but he felt a loyalty to the Pistons. Joe says it's one quality he learned from his father, a truck driver for the same company in Louisiana for 34 years. Up next, a look at some others who were cut from the same mold as Dumars. But first, a look at some music that, well, might have made you cringe a little back in the 80s.
How to cut your monthly bills by as much as 50% or more.
Hi, I'm Bob Vila. Sometimes, no matter how hard you work at it, you just can't seem to make ends meet. You're writing those checks every month, and you just barely have enough money to pay your bills, much less save anything. Want to change all that? Here's how. Call Home 123. They can help you cut your monthly bills by as much as 50%. Let's say these are some of your monthly payments. Home 123 can show you how to turn all those payments into one low monthly payment that could be as little as half of what you're paying now. In this example, that would be almost $500 in monthly savings. Just think what you could do with money like that. You could make it happen right now with one call. If you own your home, call Home 123, even if your credit isn't exactly perfect. They'll come up with a loan that's right for you. Call now and see how easy it can be to make ends meet. Call 1-800-HOME-123 or visit us on the web at home123.com. It's how to get the money you need.
She's always there when you need her.
I'm really very proud of what my daughter has done for herself.
She's got a great future ahead of her. She'll do well.
ITT Technical Institute, education for the future. To find out more, call 1-800-942-0099 or visit us on the web. Take advantage of our programs in information technology. A more flexible schedule to reach your goals. Call 1-800-942-0099 today.
Tomorrow on ESPN at 7, Roy Firestone's Up Close Special. At 8, the MLS playoffs continue. At 10, Baseball Tonight. And at 11, Sports Center. On ESPN2 at 6:30 RPM tonight. At 8, Edge NFL matchup. At 8:30, ESPN's 2-minute drill. And at 9, Friday Night Fights. And on ESPN Classic at 6:30, Ruben Hurricane Carter. At 7:30, Dick Schaap talks one-on-one with Denzel Washington. And at 8, Bob Feller. Do you have all the ESPN networks?
Welcome back to Vintage NBA, everyone. When you talk about Joe Dumars, one of the first words that comes to mind is character. It's one of those terms everyone talks about, but what does it really mean? Well, if you look it up in the computer dictionary, it says A person having traits or characteristics. Reputation for moral excellence and strength. That sounds just like Dumars. You might also define Joe as the strong, silent type, and there have been a few others who fit that description as well. Let's see what we find searching the old net here. All right, Charlie Chaplin, Harpo Marx, Marcel Marceau. That's the silent type. I forgot to add the word strong. So here we go again. Let's try it one more time. One of the first names to pop up is another Joe D. Joe DiMaggio, the graceful and dignified Yankee Clipper, one of baseball's all-time greats. Strong and silent has been one of Hollywood's favorite types, going back to Gary Cooper, who played Lou Gehrig in Pride of the Yankees, and was also the town sheriff in High Noon. Now, speaking of Westerns and lawmen, Pilgrim, no one ever messed with John Wayne. He certainly was strong and silent, too, as evidenced by the title of his 1952 film, The Quiet Man. And if you're looking for other athletes who fit the Dumars image, you can find them right in Joe's city of Detroit. For 21 seasons, Al Kaline was a steady, consistent right fielder for the Tigers. He got over 3,000 hits and was elected to the Hall of Fame. There was the unassuming Barry Sanders, star running back for the Lions. He shied away from the spotlight, but made plenty of noise on the field with his electrifying runs. They all had many of the same qualities that were embodied by Joe Dumars, qualities like leadership and character that are keys to success in the NBA.
I think a great test of character is that of the contemporary athlete. Who plays well, who plays hard, who forces his teammates to play with teamwork. And that seems to me an enormous definition of character.
I think what people forget is that players really emulate players. Okay, this is the way you do it, guys, when you're a young player. You're a good guy on the court. You don't get into trouble out of it. You can have a lot of success being an individual, flashy type of player. But at root, what you've got to do is win. You've got to make your teammates better. And I think that's the most important thing.
And while Joe Dumars taught his younger teammates a few things about winning, he also was teaching them about the internet, because Joe is a computer whiz. He frequently surfs the net and recently responded to some email questions at a live chat on NBA.com. Someone asked Joe what it was like guarding Michael Jordan. He said it was a tremendous challenge, but also a challenge I look forward to. It was such a battle with him night in and night out. Asked if any team today compares with his old Pistons team, Joe said New York might be the closest with their guard-oriented team. Plus, they've got some rough big men up front, just like we did. Asked what was his most memorable game, Joe said, Game 4 at the Forum in 1989, when we swept the Lakers in the finals. That was a night and a game that will stick with me forever. I'll tell you what, we'll relive that game in our Airwave archive when we come back. Stay with us.
You know, the most amazing things happen to me every time I begin to read. I can fly among the moon and stars, or I can visit lands both near and far. I've always liked a good mystery, but there are so many things that interest me.
And my favorite thing is when it ends, another book starts it all again.
Wear what the players wear. Anywhere you want. And if you want it authentic, log on to the NBA store on NBA.com. There's the widest assortment of NBA products, and we're open all day and all night.
This is impossible. Look at this. Like that.
So if you want to keep it real, keep it authentic. The NBA store on NBA.com.
The world's greatest athletes playing the world's greatest game are coming to an arena near you. It's the ultimate showcase of incredible athleticism, spontaneous creativity, and uncontrollable excitement. Join the drive for a championship when it comes to your town, live and in person. The NBA opens its season on October 31st. Tickets go on sale October 7th. Go to NBA.com or call 800-4NBA-TICKS. For the Detroit Pistons, it was a long climb from challengers to champions.
First, they had to battle past the Celtics in the Eastern Conference. Then they had to overcome the other powerhouse of the 80s, the Lakers. But finally, in 1989, the Pistons stood on the brink of their first championship. They took a 3-0 lead on LA in the finals, and Game 4 would belong to Joe Dumars. In this week's Airwave Archive, we take you back to June 13th, 1989. Let's join Dick Stockton and Hubie Brown at the Great Western Forum.
The Lakers have come out to a 21-12 lead with just under 6 minutes to go in the first half. Magic Johnson can only cheer. The Pistons have won 6 in a row since they trailed the Bulls 2-1 in the Eastern Finals. And the Lakers have lost 3 straight after a 16-game winning streak, trying to reverse it all tonight. What's going on with the Pistons?
Well, I really like the way that Tony Campbell is setting a fine example of playing Joe Dumars off the dribble. They're almost cutting off the lane.
Dumars pass inside and nicely executed offense. LA has scored on 12 consecutive possessions. They're up by 7. Worthy, quick jumper. 10 points for James.
He's on a roll right now. Anytime that you can shoot over Sally, Sally even got a piece of that one.
Cooper and Thomas up top. Dumars. They want to get those guards going, and Joe Dumars with his first field goal of the game.
Give Bill Laimbeer credit. He's freed him up with 2 excellent picks.
Worthy has hit 6 in a row now to add a gray hair to Chuck Daly's head. 25-16 LA. Here's Dumars with a step on Campbell and is fouled and will shoot. That's the 13th foul against the Lakers.
Watch as Dumars comes off this pick. You'll see the catch. Tony Campbell gets bumped. Now watch this pass. He read Kareem on the double team right to Sally, and that's what you do. You slam it home.
Meanwhile, Tony Campbell has picked up his second personal foul. As you know, the Lakers are thin anyway at guard, and that could enhance David Rivers' first appearance of this game as Dumars hits the first.
See, I like Chuck Daly's strategy. There's David Rivers waiting for his shot here to get an opportunity. Chuck Daly, he saw that Dumars was having trouble off the dribble with Tony Campbell. Now he's going to picks for Joe to free him up. Yeah, that's heads-up offensive coaching.
But Dumars misses his second free throw. And the lead is 8. As far as the forwards go, it's been no contest. The Lakers lead. But Detroit's been getting points from their backcourt. They're already in the penalty. Scott gets away from Isaiah Thomas, and he gets his first 2. Biggest lead of this first quarter for LA is 10 points. Trailed 3-0. Dumars trying to draw the foul does, and if it's Campbell, it'll be 3. Let's see, though. And it is 3 fouls on Tony Campbell, and he'll have to come out, and here is the rookie, David Rivers, from Notre Dame coming in. That's a tough break for the Lakers because Campbell, not only defensively, but he has been a scoring force for an unmanned team.
What will happen now is David Rivers will play Isaiah Thomas, and Cooper will move over and play Dumars. Now this will be an interesting matchup because then what we also have then is let's see if Detroit will play David Rivers. The other night when he came into the ballgame, they laid off him and forced him to hit the outside shot.
You remember he took that last shot of the game, a 3-point attempt that Dumars blocked and kept in play to preserve the victory for the Pistons. 27-19. Rivers guarded by Thomas.
The Isaiah will really get up in there and force him to beat him off the dribble.
There's Rivers open at the foul line. And Rodman clears it. Dumars pushing it up now. Laimbeer free. Pops one from the corner. Rivers and Dumars collided. And here come the Lakers with a 2-on-1 break. It's Worthy. That's 7 in a row for James Worthy.
See, the Detroit bench wanted an offensive foul on Cooper when he ran into Rodman, but in this league, you do not get that call. That is in high school and college.
7 straight field goals and 14 points for James Worthy. Rivers is all over Isaiah Thomas. Green tipped it out of bounds, and 6 seconds for the Pistons to try a shot. L.A. off to the rebounding edge on Detroit.
Detroit, one of the top passing teams that we have in this league. Anytime you see a double team, they move the ball beautifully.
Here's Vinnie Johnson, who scored 13 points in the fourth quarter, replacing Isaiah Thomas, who goes out having scored 4. Dumars, way off. And a 24-second violation will turn it over to L.A. The Pistons are complaining about that.
Well, I think the argument is that the ball hit the backboard, but did the ball hit the backboard area or part of the rim before the shot clock went off? That's the other side of the argument.
It did not touch the rim. It's Detroit ball.
See, the ball was short that time, and Rodman got the ball. But, look, they just changed it, made the call.
Must have been off of the glass.
From that angle, it was difficult to see whether it caught it or not.
And the call on offensive foul away from the ball against Dennis Rodman, I believe, and that'll be 2 on Rodman. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar goes to the bench and is replaced by Michael Thompson.
When you're Dennis Rodman, you cannot be the leading rebounder throughout the playoffs unless you want to sacrifice your body, and he gets it on his man as quick as possible.
Thompson played a tremendous effort game in game number 3 off the bench. Rivers misses lane beer outlet. Dumars. Rivers has to take that open shot.
Oh, they'll challenge him, but you know he's a proven college scorer. They'll make him take his shot, but he is a good shooter.
Rodman is down and his back is hurting him.
Yes, he is, right here, right in front of us.
He takes the shot and hits the shot, but he is holding onto his back. As you know, he has back spasms and is in obvious pain. Stays in it, though.
He says it's like putting a screwdriver into your back and then screwing it, the muscles get tight.
Technical foul has been called against Chuck Daly by Earl Strom, and Rodman's going to have to come out of the game.
If Rodman comes out, Dick, this is a major loss. He is the prime-time rebounder.
All right, if you're wondering what Magic Johnson was doing on the bench, both he and Byron Scott were sidelined with hamstring injuries, which is why the Lakers had rookie David Rivers at point guard. Another interesting note, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar had already announced this would be his final season. He hoped to go out with a championship, but Joe Dumars and the Pistons have other plans. And we'll return to Game 4 right after you try to answer this question about the year 1989, and no, you don't get any lifelines.
Back in Pennsylvania, a father hung a tire swing from a tree in the backyard for his 9-year-old son. That kid spent endless hours with that swinging tire, but he wasn't swinging from it, he was throwing a football through it. That kid was Joe Montana.
When you're an original, you do it your own way. Original Coors.
Original Coors. Good throw.
Hey, what's going on? How y'all doing? Okay, our book club is in session. First up, Max's dad wants to join our club. Hello.
Let's give him the test.
Name Max's favorite book. Billy and the Robot. What's the robot super word? Bazamo.
He's good.
Last question. Reading is fundamental. All in favor? Aye. All right, congratulations.
Thank you.
He's a coach.
This time I want to see 3 things.
A teacher. A friend.
You know, what are we trying to make this kid's life impossible?
He's the White Shadow. The classic series now only on ESPN Classic.
From what I hear, you guys need a basketball coach real bad.
This old school pro turned coach shows these inner city high school kids what life's really about. Nobody said it'd be easy, but Ken Howard is.
Like a white shadow.
The White Shadow, weekdays at 10, only on ESPN Classic.
In 1989, the Lakers were going for a three-peat, but the Pistons were on a mission of their own. In their 40-year history, the franchise had never won an NBA title. Now they had a chance to sweep LA, the team of the 80s, on their home court. But the Lakers aren't about to go quietly. They lead it by 6 at the half as we return to Game 4 of the '89 Finals.
And we're getting set for the second half.
Going here. Let's see if they try to get Isaiah off.
Isaiah guarded by Cooper. Laimbeer fires a 3 and hits. Bill Laimbeer with a 3-point basket. That's his second of the game, and it brings the Pistons to within 3. A shocking first shot to start this second half. Tony Campbell with 3 fouls starting in the backcourt with Cooper. Up front, it's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar with Worthy and Green. Usual Pistons starters with Aguirre and Mahorn and Laimbeer, Dumars and Thomas, and a 3-point basket answered by James Worthy, who has 24 points.
To see him have the half that he had and then come out in his very first shot is another 3 is just amazing.
Laimbeer. Mahorn with the rebound, and he's fouled going in. Rick Mahorn had a bad back last year in the finals, and Rodman's had a bad back this time, but he is sitting comfortably getting set for his call as Kareem commits his first personal foul. Mahorn hits the free throw. There's Magic Johnson. Not suited up tonight, and Byron Scott, who's been in civilian clothes throughout the series, he hurt a hamstring prior to game number 1, and Magic came up lame in game number 2. There's the foul trouble. Campbell, Woolridge, and Rivers of the Lakers with 3. Edwards and Mahorn of the Pistons, all with 3. Thomas tried for the steal, and instead it's a Detroit foul. And Laimbeer gets called for it. That'll be his first.
Well, I think Chuck Daly, he was definitely right on the money. He's disappointed in his early first quarter defense, but he knows that the ball club accepted the challenge, came right back, give them what they're famous for, hard-nosed, limit you to 1 shot, and then also force you into bad shots.
It's a very big quarter for the Lakers. Michael Cooper misses the shot long range. Laimbeer the rebound. They had a 16-point lead that had been cut down to 3. Now it's 4, but the Pistons have been coming on in this one.
You can't beat Detroit over 48 minutes from outside.
For the loose ball, Mahorn lays it in.
How about that? Isaiah Thomas over the back of Kareem kept that one alive, which enabled Mahorn to get the score.
Meanwhile, Kareem has scored only 3 points in this game. He had 24 in the last one. When you talk about inside scoring, that's where the Lakers need something. Cooper sets for the 3. Campbell throws it into the hands of Thomas. It's a 4-on-2 break for the Pistons. And it's blocked. Great play by Worthy on the layup attempt by Joe Dumars.
James Worthy timed that perfectly that time. He did not go for the block until Dumars released the ball. He was right there.
58-56. The Pistons have never had the lead in this game. 9:45 remaining in the third. Dumars. Fall away. And a basket counts and a foul. Again, they defensed him as good as you could want, and he scored anyway.
Watch as he comes off this dribble. You'll see Tony Campbell right now. Watch how he elevates. There's the bump, and then he moves out. See, the good offensive players will initiate the contact with their left shoulder, then fade out because of their jumping ability and strength and go for that shot.
And Dumars can give Detroit its first lead of the game. He has been on the free throw line 14 times already tonight. And he's got it, and the Pistons lead it 59-58. And the big loss for the Lakers is Byron Scott, because his defense against the point guard and their penetration may be the biggest thing L.A. misses in this series.
I agree with that, Dick. And then also the three-point shooting of Magic Johnson along with Byron Scott.
Kareem trying to get underway, hacking at the ball, and getting it away is Isaiah Thomas.
They're tenacious right now defensively.
Feed inside Mahorn. And Mahorn scores, and the Pistons are on a roll now, leading by 3.
They need a timeout, Dick. Get themselves organized.
And Pat Riley will call a timeout as the Pistons lead at 61-58. Let's see how the Lakers answer a 7-point run by the Pistons. James Worthy, who's playing big tonight now with 26.
He's the only Laker in double figures, Dick. They're straining. They're looking around for help for him.
That matches his point total in Game 3 and a foot block and a new 24-second clock for Detroit. Dumars with 19 is the Pistons' high scorer, with Vinnie Johnson second with 10. Isaiah Thomas has 5. Tony Campbell playing with 4 fouls. Dumars goes right around him, but the shot is blocked by A.C. Green. That's what the Lakers need to do when the guards penetrate. They have to close in fast. They did there.
Well, Tony Campbell must lay off him a little bit or he's going to get in foul trouble again.
Kareem. Still struggling offensively.
Look out.
Thomas feeding Lancier, lays it in, foul, as well as the basket. And the Pistons lead now 63-60 and a chance to add another.
So the Pistons are starting to make their run with Joe Dumars providing a big spark. This was Joe's 4th year in the league, and he was a rising star. Problem was, not many people knew it outside of Detroit, as Joe was overshadowed by his more flamboyant teammates like Isaiah Thomas, Bill Laimbeer, and Dennis Rodman. But in this series, Dumars announced to the world that he had arrived.
I'm going to Disney World!
In the finals, people really had a chance to see how good a basketball team we were and how good a player he was.
Here's the ball to Dumars at the mouth of the key. He shoots it over Worthy. High shot is good. Oh!
Everyone in this room knows how to play the game the right way. Playing the right way in this league is big time, guys. As much as talent's important, as much as size is important, as much as defense is important, playing with the right attitude and the right intensity is as important as anything in this game. For some reason, we didn't come out and put an intensity and an attitude and a dominance on that basketball court that the fans and everybody could get crazy about.
For total access, log on to NBA.com.
And that's what you want to do here. Okay, let's go.
You are the best. We're here today to show you that even the best can get better. Let's go, come on, guys. What do you mean? Let's go. As an NBA mascot consultant, my research shows this is fun. What do? Yes, nice, guys. What are you, anyway? Hey! Feel the burn, baby. Oh, nice. I like that.
I'm the cool cat who read all that. Every book from front to back. I even read the tiny type. I read each one from day to night. I read about that famous flight and was terrified by tales of fright. Every page I did indeed. I'm one cool cat who loves to read. It's not coincidental. Reading is fundamental.
Look at this. There's so many choices. But what if you had none? That's a problem for many communities. Allen Iverson recognizes the need for choices. Everything okay at home? He works with an evening basketball program that offers neighborhood kids a positive place to go.
Hey, get up the court, get up the court, get up the court.
This gives them the opportunity to make the right choice. Team up to improve your community.
We were trying to take something away from them that they had.
They knew that we were a young team, kind of nipping at their heels. Over the years, it just really built up into a great rivalry.
The Lakers and Pistons battled through 7 games in the 1988 finals as LA came away with the title. But in 1989, it was Detroit's turn, and this time they left no room for doubt. As we return to Game 4, the Pistons are closing in on the sweep and the championship, taking a 6-point lead into the final minutes.
It's a lot quieter in downtown Los Angeles, and certainly here at the Forum, where the Lakers are 3 minutes and 23 seconds away from being swept by a defensive team that we have not seen in memory. We were talking about some of the great defensive aggregations in NBA history, and I don't think we've seen a better one, and also 323 from the end of one of the great long careers in NBA history, 20 years of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Thomas double team, stepped on the line, turns it over.
That's one of the few turnovers that the half-court trap has provided for the Lakers in the last 2 ball games.
Lakers have shot just 29% from the field in this fourth quarter. Pistons 80%. Fourth quarter has been theirs. 6 on the clock. Kareem, sky hook. Hasn't gone for him tonight. And the Lakers have missed it. 100 to 94. Detroit will use the clock here.
Well, they're exclusively in the trap now. Now, you see Detroit smart. They're just backing it out, take their time, move the basketball, and force the mismatch when they go man.
Misses, the rebound by Green. Plenty of time remaining, but the Lakers have to do it offensively here. Watching at the clock. And it's taken by Dumars. And it was Mahorn who got the block.
That's the Pistons at their best. Great transition defense, everyone rotating and challenging the shot.
LA has scored only 16 points in this fourth quarter. Thomas missed a 3. They're all over Kareem, and they get the ball back. Mahorn. Under 2 minutes to go, and the Lakers seem to have given it all they had under the circumstances. James Edwards. Rebound Green. But can they get anything against this great Detroit defense? That's the question.
Well, they have plenty of time. You have 1 minute and 44 seconds, and you're only down 6. You have the basketball, but you must make it happen now by getting your key guys the basketball where they can get a high percentage shot.
Joe Dumars, again the leader for the Pistons with 21 points. Kareem goes in and gets the shot, and it's a 4-point game, 100 to 96 with 1:37 to go. There, the Lakers had a chance to win games 2 and 3 of this series, and they've got a chance again.
The Lakers have put in Jeff Lamp now to give them another perimeter shooter.
9 on the shot clock. Here's Dumars, goes up. But Sally gets the loose ball.
Once again, that great quickness, once again, getting to the loose balls.
And they got a new clock, and they'll get it under a minute now. Dumars from the corner hits. 23 points for Joe Dumars, who has led the parade of the 3 guards against the Lakers. 1 minute to play. 102-96 Detroit.
They're trying to go to Worthy. Detroit took that option away.
Lamp goes into Kareem. Back to Lamp. Foul on Rick Mahorn. And a camera went down, and Mahorn gingerly collects it. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. 47 seconds left in this game, and his team trailing. Mahorn has fouled out of the game, and Laimbeer will replace him. And Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is going out, and there's the hand. One free throw by Lamp, 102 to 97. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar on the bench, 20 great years. Shot clock shows 10. Laimbeer from the corner bangs one. And the Pistons are up by 7, 104-97. It's their biggest lead of the game, and the Lakers call timeout.
Come on, baby. 28 seconds.
LA has won 5 titles in the 80s. The champagne is ready in the Detroit dressing room. Detroit lost 60 or more games in the first 2 years of this decade, but they have inched closer each year. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in the game. He's come back in. Cooper misses a 3. Thomas with 20 seconds to go and a foul against Lamb. Spent 8 years at Punxsutawney High School in Pennsylvania and almost got into another profession because he couldn't get it in the college job. That's it for Kareem now. That's it. He's out. Thomas on the free throw line with 19 seconds to go. Crowd chants now. Kareem's name. James Worthy will go out. 40 points for Worthy. Michael Cooper also exits. AC Green fires it. Edwards clears. Last year, the Pistons had a 3-2 lead, but couldn't win one of the last 2. Now they'll do it. World champs. Joe Dumars is the MVP of the 1989 finals.
And here inside the Pistons locker room, a victorious team that battled all the way to a 7th game last year before losing. And this year, they have done it 4 in a row. Joe, I've got a moment to get you over here. And just such a solid, gutty performance on your part. Congratulations.
Thanks a lot. We worked hard for it. That was our purpose coming into this season. From day one, we wanted to get here, and here we are.
And Detroit would get another chance to celebrate the following year when they defeated Portland for their 2nd consecutive title. As for Joe Dumars, he continued to shine for the Pistons through good times and bad until he retired from the NBA in 1999. Even then, Joe couldn't seem to have the stage to himself. That's because he just happened to retire in the same year as Wayne Gretzky, John Elway, and Michael Jordan. We'll have more on Dumars and his legacy when we return in just a moment.
Like a lot of people, we have some credit.
Excuse me, you're an endangered species, an American who doesn't rely on TV for all his news. Wouldn't it be great if one magazine could save you time and effort by summarizing, analyzing, even satirizing the news and the people who make it? The New Republic can. It doesn't go left or right. It goes wherever the story really lies. Liberals, conservatives, and independents all understand the New Republic's agenda. Don't have one. Instead, hold the agendas of others up to scrutiny, constructive ridicule, even approval. And politics and and policy wonks aside, TNR also covers books and the arts with an edge you'll find irresistible. Sounds interesting, huh? Well, just call the 800 number on the screen, and for $19.99, you'll get 24 issues of America's best opinion magazine. You can cancel after the first issue and owe nothing. Call right now, and you'll also get the New Republic's Little Black Book, filled with the names, addresses, and phone numbers of Washington's power players. And it's free with your paid order. So subscribe today to America's most informed opinion magazine, The New Republic.
When I get the grill in Manila.
A classic day in history 25 years ago. Boxing's greatest titans clash for the title match that shook the world. The Thriller in Manila, and it's only on ESPN Classic. The 25th anniversary of the greatest main event in history. The score gets settled once and for all. The Thriller in Manila, Sunday at 7, only on ESPN Classic. Sponsored by Stelson Blue.
Joe Dumars played in 6 NBA All-Star games, was a 4-time selection to the All-Defensive Team, and won 2 championship rings. Yet, in spite of all that, he never seemed to grab the spotlight, which was fine with Joe. He preferred to let his game do the talking, and there have been some other NBA stars who were the same way. Walt Frazier personified cool during his days as a floor leader of the New York Knicks. Clyde always had a poker-face demeanor, and that was by design. He said he never wanted his opponents to know what he was thinking. John Havlicek didn't show much emotion either, but he was one of the game's fiercest competitors and hardest workers. Hondo quietly went about the business of running opponents into the ground and helping the Celtics win 8 NBA titles. Before Dumars got to the Pistons, Bob Lanier was their leader in the 70s. And Bob led by example, not only with his great play, but also his solid work ethic and the way he stoically played through a series of injuries. The Cleveland Cavaliers of the 80s and early 90s were a team of quiet excellence, symbolized by their 2 leaders, Mark Price and Brad Daugherty. Price, the Cavs' point guard, was one of the game's deadliest shooters, while Daugherty was a 5-time All-Star at the center position. Then there was hardworking and humble Buck Williams, one of the most respected players of his time. Buck led the Trailblazers to 2 NBA Finals in the early 90s. And today there are some others who carry on the Dumars tradition.
I think Nick Anderson just plays like him a little bit. The way he likes to set up and shoot threes. And he also, can go to the bucket, and I think that's similar to Joe Dumars.
There are an awful lot of nice kids in our league today, an awful lot. I'll use the Lakers as an example. We have the nicest group of kids here that I've ever seen.
I think I would have to say Glenn Rice. Glenn Rice, he's very quiet, and he just get the job done.
Hersey Hawkins, and the way he plays and the way he conducts himself.
Maybe I'm being a little biased, but I'd say Dave Robinson. I think he handles himself with a lot of class. I really think that a lot of younger players could learn from his example. A lot of great players, and they're going to be carrying the torch, but I think every once in a while they have to look at some of their elders and learn from that.
If you'd like to share some of your thoughts on Joe Dumars, just send us an email at NBA.com. You'll find us in the history section on the Vintage NBA page. You'll also find a profile of the '89 Pistons, who were named one of the top 10 teams in NBA history. We'll be back with more right after this.
Has back pain got you bent over? Do painful headaches drive you crazy? Then you need Fuzuoku 9000, the pocket-sized personal massager. Look, with just a touch, you can see thousands of pulsating waves. When placed on your sore muscles, you'll enjoy comforting vibrations. Fuzuoku is smaller than a business card, yet powerful enough to send 9,000 penetrating waves per minute. A massage feels good. Add Fuzuoku and it's 9,000 times better. Now, relieve headaches, eye strain, neck and back pain.
With Fuzuoku, I just touch where the pain is. My head, my neck, my back, and the pain is gone. I just love it.
Fuzuoku comes with 3 stimulation tips. Each one applies a unique feeling for the utmost pleasure. You'll also receive this step-by-step massage guide, all for only $19.95. And as a bonus, you get this handy carry pouch free.
Call 1-800-753-0202 to order your Fuzuoku for just $19.95 and receive the carry pouch free. Or send check or money order to this address. Call 1-800-753-0202.
Think you need 4 years and a college degree to make $60,000 a year? Think again.
A lot of the people at my office and in the industry in general, they don't even have college degrees. They just have ability.
At MicroSkills, in just 6 months, you could become a certified professional with the skills you need to qualify for more than 1 million new jobs in America's hottest career, computers. And you don't need computer experience to start.
My husband went to college for 4 years, and now I make more money than he does.
Call MicroSkills and find out how short your path could be to a computer career. There's no obligation, so call right away.
You're watching ESPN Classic.
Today, Joe Dumars continues to leave his imprint on the Pistons as their player personnel director. And the team saluted him during the 2000 season by retiring his number 4 jersey. The NBA also honored Joe, announcing that the league's sportsmanship award will be called the Joe Dumars Trophy. A fitting tribute for a player who not only achieved basketball greatness, but did it with dignity and a lot of class. That's our show for this week. Thanks for joining us, everyone. I'm Robin Roberts, and we'll look for you again next time. Till then, take care.